I have a series of questions that are required for all civilian nominees. You may answer in unison. Have you adhered to applicable laws and regulations governing conflicts of interest?
Yes.
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 Have you assumed any duties or taken any actions that would appear to presume the outcome of the confirmation process?
No.
No.
Exercising our legislative and oversight responsibilities makes it important that this committee, its subcommittees, and other appropriate committees of Congress receive testimony, briefings, reports, records, and other information from the executive branch on a timely basis. Do you agree, if confirmed, to appear and testify before this committee when requested?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you agree to provide records, documents, and electronic communications in a timely manner when requested by this committee, its subcommittees, or other appropriate committees of Congress, and to consult with the requester regarding the basis for any good faith delay or denial in providing such records?
Yes. Yes.
Will you ensure that your staff complies with deadlines established by this committee for the productions of reports, records, and other information, including timely responding to hearing questions for the record?
Yes.
Yes.
Will you cooperate in providing witnesses and briefers in response to congressional requests?
Yes.
Yes.
Will those witnesses and briefers be protected from reprisal for any of their testimony or briefings?
Yes.
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 Thank you very much. I'm going to address the same question to both Mr. Parker and Dr. Schaefer, since your services are different, but your roles are quite similar. There is a significant issue in recruiting in multiple aspects. First, as we all recognize, the pool of qualified young people to recruit continues to decrease. Second, the focus, the force is not as geographically diversified as possible. And there is a growing statistical phenomenon of sort of sons and daughters of service members joining and joining and joining, so that the number of service members who are children or grandchildren increases, which, again, threatens diversity. Starting with Mr. Parker, how would you propose to respond?
Senator, expanding the base of recruits to our military is fundamentally important. Our nation has incredible potential and untapped potential, and so taking advantage of the largest swath of that is critical to maintaining the strength of the force. I agree with the observations that you made. I think one of the main ways that we could try to go about doing that is by expanding that geographic diversity, trying to make sure that the services are able to tap into populations that right now currently aren't the primary populations where recruiting is taking place. So really trying to draw on the geographic breadth of the nation in terms of tapping into that talent. Separately, as you noted, Senator, so many individuals like myself have backgrounds where there's been family service, but really reaching out to people who don't necessarily have that type of family contact, that family history, that type of personal familiarity with the service is fundamentally important. I think both for raising the profile of the service, but also in increasing the base of eligible people to serve.
Thank you. Dr. Schaefer, please.
Thank you, Senator. I'm extremely concerned about the recruiting environment right now. We're all competing for the same talent, and that competition is fierce right now. The geographic aspect as well really concerns me. I think that this is, in the case of the Army, a time for a reset in the way that we think about recruiting. Traditionally, we have recruited in that sunshine smile across the southern part of the United States, and I'm concerned that we need to move out into other areas where we haven't traditionally had participation in the Army. But most concerning to me, I think, is the decrease in propensity that we're seeing. And I think that we need to find out why that is decreasing. And I think that we need to make the Army more relatable to the American public and push out to those areas such as the Northeast and the Midwest, where we're not seeing the numbers of recruits that we would like to see. And I think that that's partly because we don't have many installations in those areas, and people don't see folks in Army uniforms walking down the street, or they don't know anybody in the Army. And we need to change that. So I absolutely share your concerns about this.
Thank you very much. Dr. Chaudhary, as I indicated, and as you well know, the Air Force consumes the most hydrocarbons in the Department of Defense, and that implicates climate changes, but also in terms of military operations. We lost more people trying to get gasoline out to the troops in Iraq and Afghanistan than in many other circumstances. So it's a definite operational factor. How can the Air Force modify the acquisition process while investing in operational energy improvements? Could you respond quickly? And my time is diminishing. So,
Yes, Senator, thank you for the question. It is absolutely critical that the Air Force address operational energy as the largest consumer. I believe that if the operational energy concerns are addressed, we can be more flexible with executing operations. And with the acquisition system, I believe early involvement is absolutely critical to understanding how we can affect change and ensuring that the operational energy is addressed very early in the acquisition process and continues.
thank you very much. Mr. Cavelli, you are the first person that is going to take this position, so you're the path breaker, pathfinder. And it just strikes me that there is enough issues within the Air Force getting satellites in space and other aspects, but you will have the additional challenge of going to other services and saying, you've got to be able to talk to me and I've got to be able to talk to you in a colloquial sense. Any thoughts on that challenge?
Yes, thank you, Senator. That's going to be a really important part in terms of collaborating across the board with everyone, all the services. And I think this committee has given me an amazing tool called the Acquisition Space Council, or the Space Acquisition Council, I forget the exact name, I'm sorry. And I think I could use that tool to my advantage to bring in discuss space architecture, discuss space acquisition strategies, and discuss across the services where we need to go with the space architecture. So I think this committee has given me an important tool to take advantage of and use.
Thank you very much.